Kitty Pies. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital Edition. All right, guys, let's get right into it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this one a 7. It was solid. Today is Wednesday, October the 12th, 2022, and we start off with Carly and Drew. They are getting ready to go to the town hall meeting over the burial site. Carly is fighting to keep her mom buried where she is. Of course, um Peyton wants her moved because they're trying to do a roadway, an easier access roadway to the beach. And so they just say, okay, let's just move the bodies, but Carly is putting up a fight. So at this point, Drew says, "Are you ready?" She said, "Are they ready for me?" And then Peyton comes in and she says, "Oh, you're still here." And Carly says, "Yes." And then Drew jumps in trying to and you know what? I'm gonna be honest. This is what I never liked about him on on My Children, and what I don't like about him on General Hospital. And the soaps do this quite often, and I guess this is why because when they like a character, the men always ride into their defense. We see it on Young and the Restless with Chelsea. You see it all the time where men ride into your defense. And it's like, but when you don't like a woman, the men have no problem like telling the woman off. And that's one of the things I hate about the soaps. Like, you defend certain women, and then certain women, they have the men go at. And so I like the fact that Peyton said, she was like, "Who are you?" And Carly said, "This is my friend." And she said, "Friend." I'm speaking to her. And I loved it because I'm like, yes, like sometimes the men need to just sit back and just be supportive in silence. That's exactly how I feel about Finn as well. But anyways, moving right along, they have this meeting. Carly gets up and she gives a passionate speech about why they should keep things right where they are. And Peyton says, if y'all don't know, if you didn't see the news and everything, this young lady is not the one to, speak for others, considering her life, what she's done, and who she is. But Carly stands her ground. And so in the end, they tell her, "Thank you for coming." And she says, "Well, when is the vote? Like, what do we know about the vote?" And they tell her, "You will know about the vote. We'll announce it on our website." And so she was like, "Okay." Um, and so Drew was like, "How you did a great job." She said, "I hope it was enough." So then we go to Esme and Nicholas. Baby, Nicholas, what is wrong with you? So Nicholas and Esme are going back and forth. Baby, she's pregnant. I know. I know. Who Some of us were like, he needs to be sure that that is, she's pregnant. He needs to lift that top and everything just to make sure that it is her. Jeanette is, and Jeanette, she is pregnant. She lifted that top herself. She said, "I ain't got nothing to hide." No wonder Ron was so happy about this, because he know, baby, this gonna ruin Ava and Nicholas forever. Because Ava's not gonna sit back and be a stepmom to a child by Esme and Nicholas. She's not gonna do it. And so he's like, Nicholas, I need a drink. He go up in there and get a drink. This is what happened to you last time. And Esme said, "Our baby doesn't need an alcoholic as a father." I love me some Esme. I hate Esme, but I love her too. Cause like, her lines be serious, but they be funny. So she just tells him, "What, you need to put me up because we can't go to prison." He says, "You're going to go to jail for what you did to Oz and what you did to Trina." And she said, "No, you're going to get me a good lawyer to keep me out," because she said, "You don't want your baby born in prison. There's a lot of dangerous things that can happen to a woman like me with a child." And so Nicholas is just like, "Fine." They go back and forth, and because she was like, when Ava finds out about everything, and he says, "You're not telling anyone." So they go back and forth, and then he says, "Fine, it'll take me a couple of days to get you the money that you need so she can disappear." He said, "Until then, I need to put you somewhere safe." And she said, "I'll just stay right here." He said, "The staff didn't like you, girl. They're gonna turn you in." And so she said, fine, where do you want to take me? So he takes her to this room, right? I said, is this a dungeon? Like a upkept dungeon. He takes her to this room. It's a little dusty and everything. And then while she's looking around, Nicholas closes the door and locks this dang girl in. I said, boy, what are you doing? And Esme says, Nicholas, open the door. And he said, no. She said, you're a danger. And she said, I already told you I'm not the hook killer. I'm not the hook serial killer. I didn't do that. And he says, even so, you're still a danger to people. And baby, he walks away while she pounding and banging on the door. I said, well, I'll be dang. This boy ain't a Cassadine. And y'all, I honestly don't think Esme is the hook killer. I don't know who it is, and I bet it's somebody we'll never think or see coming. But I bet it's not Esme. And y'all know some people are saying it's D.A. Arden. That's what some people are saying. I don't know. You tell me what you think. So then we go to Ava and Sonny. And he says he doesn't want to be interrupted. But Ava says, Sonny, I need to talk to you. It's about Trina's safety. So he tells her, come on in. And she tells him that, there's been another attack and it was Oz. And she said, Trina knows 3 of the people that were attacked. And she says, the only person that's random is Brando. And then she's like, oh my gosh, Sonny, today was his funeral. And he was like, I'm just so sick of burying people. But he does let her know he's going to put protection on Trina. Which I said, I would have thought they would have done that anyways. But he lets her know he's going to go ahead and get protection on Trina. Sonny is Trish. Then with that protection, baby. And anyways, so then we see that she sits down with him and they talk about Michael because he said Brenda was like a son. And he needs that, especially with everything going on with Michael. And Ava, have I been calling her Nina? I'm sorry. Ava says exactly what I'm thinking. And I know, Sandy, I know Michael need to get over it. I'm sorry. Michael needs to get over this. Like, he's a grown man with a family. Why are you so dead set on getting revenge on your father when your mama done moved on? As a matter of fact, she and Sonny are cordial with each other. Like, he told her stay in Jacksonville, and she said, no, I want to come home. And he said, Carly, stay. And she was like, okay, but just make sure you're taking care of everything. They're good with each other. Will it ever be the way it was? No. And quite honestly, it was toxic. So I was one of those people that was happy as heck when Sonny and Carly broke up. The mess was toxic. But he tells Nina, my bad, y'all. He tells Ava about about Michael being the one. He did tell her he kidnapped Dex and he was torturing him. And he says Michael went and told. But Dex didn't give him up. And she said, all more reason to trust Dex. Because if he keeps you safe, that means Avery's safe. I said, no, Ava, why do I keep wanting to call this girl Nina? I said, no, Ava, that is not what we want him to do because Dex is no good. But she keeps vouching for him. And so she tells him, after they talk about Michael, she just tells him, don't forget Michael, move on. Worry about that later. But for right now, you got bigger fish on your plate. And if Michael can't move on, that's on him, not you. His feelings towards you don't have nothing to do with you. And that is so true. Like, how someone feels about you has nothing to do with you. That is on them. Be miserable, unhappy, and can't sleep. Rent theory in your head. But anyways, let's move on. So Ava just says, just let it go. And then he said, where you going? Because she said, I'm about to go. She said, I'm gonna be seeing you at Nina's just a little bit, but then I'm not gonna be there too long. He said, why not? Where you finna go? And he said, girl, you going back to Nicholas? And she said, he said, now you didn't trust the man. You thought he was the one who tried to hook you. And she said, I ain't really believe he did that. He said, well, you had security come out of his room, but she haven't told. The only person that knows that Nicholas said with Esme is Nina. So she said, you had the security come to your room and request that he not come in. And she was like, mm-hmm. And he was like, bye, Ava. Like, you and Nicholas got this thing going. Bye. And she said, well, at the end of the day, she do love him. And when it's good, it's good. And so they tell each other bye, move on. So then we go to Dex and Michael. And Michael does a brief presentation about being mad. And so was it the plan the whole time to make Dante think Michael go to Dante and tell him that Dex was hurt, and then not yeah Dex was hurt, and then Dex denied it, and to get build Sonny's trust. But see, what I'm confused on is if Michael really was softening towards Sonny until he saw Nina, because it seemed like he was. So I don't know if that was fake or not, but who knows, job. At the end of the day, Michael tells Dex, if you want to back out of this, go ahead. And he said, I used to be a mercenary. And I said, well, why are you judging Sonny? He said, well, I want to make up for that and do right. I said, oh, okay. And but Michael tells him, you need to leave Jocelyn alone. She can't be a part of this, because because Dex said, what about your siblings? They're gonna hate you. And he says, I'm willing to take that hit to get rid of Sonny. He needs to be taken out, or put down, taken out, something along those lines, whether it's in prison or he leaves the country forever. I said, baby, this is never gonna happen unless Maurice Bernard just do not want to be on General Hospital. We always want to see Sonny in power, but y'all better hope Sonny doesn't lose his power and Selena Wu comes in, because she's not going to be like Sonny and be understanding towards you, Michael. I'm sorry. She is not, because she wanted to take care of you when you got the harbor master fired. But anyways, Michael said he's going to be good with it all, and he's just going to keep going. So then we see Jocelyn and Cam. And he's asking her, he said, we haven't seen each other in a while. We haven't been intimate. And she tells him, are you mad because we haven't been intimate? He says, no, I understand that, what happened to us was traumatic. He was like, I just want to know, did I do something wrong? And she's like, no, it's just, she's having a hard time getting past it. I said, yeah, that's it, girl. We're going to say that's it, because you don't have a hard time looking at Dex. But okay, we're gonna say this is what it is. So how old is Dex and Rory? How old are they supposed to be? Because they seem like they would be way older than Trina and Jocelyn. But let's move on. So then we see that they talk and they just say that they're still working past so that they could be intimate with each other again. But she thanks him for being patient with her. And then Michael comes in. And when Michael comes in, he says Willow was craving some soup. Cam goes to the back to get it, and Michael and Jocelyn talk, and she tells her that Dex is not pressing charges against Sonny. He reported him at Dante, to Dante, and that even though Dante told him, hey, you could press charges, you could do whatever you need to do, he still didn't want to do it. And so Michael had told Dex, you need to stay away from Jocelyn, and you need to make her see that you're a bad guy and she needs to stay away from you. So I think Michael is setting something up right here so that Jocelyn can see how bad Dex is for her. And so she was like, what, are you serious? He's not going to stay away. He didn't report, like he's going to still try to work for Sonny. He didn't report him. And then Carly Jr. burns out. And I said, Lord have mercy. So she go running out and everything. And Cam comes back and he said, he tells Michael, where did Jocelyn go? And Michael says, oh, it's about Dex. He's not going to report Sonny. And Michael just starts spilling all the tea. And Cam said, what the hell is you talking about? Because he had no clue what Michael was talking about. But so Michael just tells him about Dex, about them finding him and how he's not going to report Sonny and everything. And Jocelyn probably went over there. And so Cam is just like, from what I heard about Dex, he's a bad guy, and everything. And Michael said, well, I think we should agree to I think we should all agree to keep Dex away from Jocelyn. I said, see, what you undid, Michael, trying to get back at your daddy, is brought in somebody that you don't really want with your sister. And she falling for him because she's Carly Jr. And just like Carly, who liked the bad boys, so does Jocelyn. So Jocelyn takes her little self over there to talk to Dex. And he's telling her that he's good. He's not going to report Sonny because now he's really endured himself to Sonny, and nothing like that's going to happen again because Sonny knows he's loyal now. And Jocelyn said, "Are you? Oh my gosh, that's so stupid. That's so crazy. You like Sonny should be put away for what he has done. And here you are. You could do it, and you're not gonna do it because you want to work for him." He says, "I didn't grow up like you. I want power, respect, and money. You have all that, but I want that. So I'm gonna do what I have to do to get it." And she said, "That's the lamest excuse ever." But she says, don't look for somebody to rescue you. Do you know how many people have ended up in the mosh because of Sonny? Y'all know this, like y'all already know who Sonny was, so I don't know why y'all acting so high on the horse when it comes to because it was Dex. Like, stop it. But anyway, she just tell Dex, don't come looking for me to help you again. You will. So then we go to Victor and Elena talk, and she tell, I think her name is Ashby, but I don't know if it's a Eileen or I think it's Eileen. Eileen talk, and she tells him, I found out some information and you need to speak to me now. So Lucy says, no, I'll go to the bedroom, because Lucy was talking to Victor, and she has like this makeup and it smells like strawberries, and he was like, oh, okay. I think it was lipstick or something like that. And anyway, so she leaves and goes to the bedroom, and she picks up the phone. And so she tells him, so she's listening in as the deputy mayor tells him that she thinks Robert and Anna are still working on the case to discover what happened to Luke, because she walked in and saw them talking. So Victor is like, okay, thank you for telling me this information. And she says, now I'm going to try to deter them as much as possible, but there's only so much I can do. So he tells her, do what you can do, and thank you for letting him know. And then Johannes comes in and he says, where's Lucy? Like, he said, did you do the room for bugs? And they said no. He says, where's Lucy? And Victor says, she's in the bedroom. So when he goes in, Lucy's putting on her makeup, and she says, oh, did you get the flowers to Sasha? And then Johannes says, I'm gonna check for bugs, and he won't let Lucy leave until they make sure that there's no bugs in the room. And so when they finally say all clear, he lets Lucy leave, and so she leaves, right? And she gets outside in the hallway, and she is shaking because that was a scary moment. But anyways, Valentine and Anna talk, and they're just like, man, we wish we could hear the other side of the conversation, and this is a dangerous mission. We need to pull Lucy out. And then that's when Lucy comes up, and she tells them, they say, Lucy, that's too dangerous. You don't need to do this anymore. You almost got caught. And she said, how did y'all get the bug out of the room? And they said, as soon as we heard that Johan said that he was going to check the room, we deactivated the bug so that Victor and Johan couldn't find it. And she was like, oh, but, and they said, we wish we could knew who she was talking to on the phone. And she said, oh, I got you. It was Deputy Mayor Ashby. And they were like, what? Why is he in cahoots with her? And how long has he been in cahoots with her? And they tell Lucy, you're done. We're not, this too dangerous. We're not putting you back in it. And she was like, no, I want to. And they were like, no, Lucy, leave it alone. And she was like, fine. If you need anything, we know where to find you. And then she walks off. But Anna and Valentine said she not finna leave Victor alone. They said nope, because Lucy is like intrigued now too. And I said, see, you shouldn't have got her involved, because y'all know how Lucy is. And so now their mission is to find out what the deputy knows, because Anna says, I know that Laura told her we were searching for Luke's killer. So how long has she been feeding information to Victor? And then we see Victor goes in the bedroom, because Lucy, when she put the phone down, she didn't do it right. So the phone is like, you know how when you put it phone down and it doesn't click into the spot and continue charging. So it's kind of up. So Victor takes the phone and he's about to adjust it, and he notices like something's on his hands, and he smells it, and he says strawberries, and he knows it was Lucy. And I said, God dog, Lucy. But that was General Hospital today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for all new episodes of What Happened on the Soaps General Hospital edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.